You are listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast. This is the place where content creators come to learn how to create profitable content that positions themselves as an authority and grows their online businesses. Get ready to take your content to a whole new level with your host, Kristen Poborski.
Hi there, I'm Kristen Poborski, and today I'm here to talk to you about how to use AI to create better content. So if you're looking to create better content, AI can be in a really effective way to help you get that done faster. I know because I've been using it behind the scenes here to help me create my content, and it's exactly what I'm using that I use today to create the script that I'm talking from. So one of the biggest benefits of AI is that it can analyze a lot of data and bring you ideas and suggestions that you might not have thought of that is tailored to your audience. And I'm going to explain how to use AI so that you can create better content, actually a better script, because that's my suggestion on how to use it. So we're going to discuss the benefits of how to use AI for content creation, how to set up, like how to customize it and tell it how to find the right ideas, the right content for you, some tips to get the most out of it. And by the end of this, you're going to have a better understanding of how to use AI to create better content. So I'm going to give you a sneak preview, a peek at what the topics I'm going to cover today. One is the benefits of using AI, how to get the most out of the content that it generates for you, kind of why you do not want to just go with what they say, okay? And then what not to do when using AI. And then finally, I'm going to answer two questions at the very end because there's always a lot of questions around AI. So one of the ones that I get a lot about is, what do you do when you don't like the content that your AI generator has created for you? So I've got all kinds of ideas on that and answers. And then number two is, why do I need to train my AI before I start using it? So those are really two great questions. So you're going to want to stick around to the end. But before I get started, just for those of you who do not know me, I am Kristen Poborski. I am a content creation strategist, and I teach smart, simple content creation and marketing and automation, along with the 12X content creation method to thousands of students in my programs. I've also been creating content since 2014 for my clients. I discovered the power of content way back when, and it actually has revolutionized how I do business for me personally. And I've used it to help me grow my clients' businesses. One of my clients last year made almost, over $400,000. And he attributes his growth to, number one, his YouTube channel, and number two, his podcast, which we have repurposed content from one to the other using all the same methods that we've been using since 2014 with a few changes. So now with the advent of AI, we are incorporating that into our content creation methods, okay? And there's some specific ways that I'm using it and things to watch out. So I'm going to go over some of those today in the content, but let's dive into the benefits of using AI. So one of the things about AI is that once and I'm going to go over how to train it, once it knows where to go and what kind of topics you talk about and who your audience is, it's able to go out and analyze thousands and thousands of pieces of data to come back with ideas and content written for you. So that is one of the huge benefits. The second one is that it really cuts your content creation time down. Now I'm using it. I sat down yesterday and I think it took me 5 minutes total per script that I use to get my whole outline done. Now I have a method that I plunk it all into a plug and play template that I teach inside of my 12X content creation method course, which I've got the link down below if you want to go check it out. But I definitely use a plug and play template, and it actually helps make it easier and faster because I have these templates set up already. So there's some stuff that goes into each one that I don't want to copy and paste. But again, I have a method on doing it so that when I sit down to create my content, like I'm doing right now, filming this video, I'm not reading from a script. Now I have a script. It's right here, but it is not something that I'm reading. So the benefits really are, again, you're going to get some ideas because AI will go out and scan through all of these places and bring back ideas that you might not have thought about to talk about inside of your content. So that's a biggie. And number 2 is that it will save you time. Okay, so then let's go on to point number 2 on how you can use AI to create better content. And that is to how do you get the most out of it, okay? So what you need to do so that you can use AI to create better content is you need to train it. So when you pick a AI content generator like the one I'm using here, Anyword, and I've got that link right down below also for you in the notes so you can go and check it out. You need to train it. You need to tell it who your audience is, what kind of market you're in, and what do you do? So those kinds of things gives it clues on where to go and what kind of content you're going to create and where to go to look for those ideas, right? So cool because it's got so many ways that it can help you create better content, okay? Then what you want to do is once you get those ideas, you're going to want and take and edit them. Now, in one of the questions, I'm going to go over in more detail, so you're going to want to listen to that one. What to do when it comes up with ideas that you don't like or an outline that you don't like, okay? But for now, you're going to take those ideas and you're going to edit them. Now, I never let it generate all my content for me. I let it generate the intro and the outline, and then I edit it so it sounds like me. And then I just keep a simple outline and talk from that because I know my topic. I kind of know what I'm going to say. And when I do that, I sound way better than if I'm trying to read a script. Now, you'll see me looking down at my script because I do use that to help keep me on task here, okay? So I don't forget something. So that's point number 2, how to get the most out of it. You definitely want to look it over and you want to edit it. Now, point 3 I want to share with you on how to create better content is that I want to remind you there's a few things that you don't want to do when using AI to create better content. You don't want to use it to create your content plan. Now, you need to come up with your own content plan because it should be based on research, okay? And I teach that inside my Smart, Simple Content Marketing and Automation course, really how to create a content plan. And this is what I want you to do that aligns with what you do in your business so that you can actually talk about naturally in your content about what you do, who you've helped, share those stories that people really want to hear from you. That's why you want to align it, because you want to educate people on what you do so that you no longer stay the best kept secret, that you really become known through your content for what you do and the results you get. And so that's why you want to align it with what you do in your business. So the other thing that you want to do when you're setting up your AI is that you want to include the keywords. And that does take some research. And that's part of the process that we go through when we create a content plan. You want to do that so that it knows what to include in your content when you read the script, because one of the things you're going to want to do when you are talking about your content is repeat the keywords that you want to reference. That will be important for when you put your video up on YouTube, because it analyzes what you're saying to see if the keywords are in there, to make sure that the content that you create really is good content and it aligns with the keywords, the title, and everything else that you put together for your YouTube video. Okay, so the next thing is, and I'm going to dive into this in more detail in the question. If you don't like something that AI has put together for you, then just change it. Okay, so let's dive into that, because I'm going to dive into that question. So the question really is, what do you do when you don't like the outline that it has generated for you? Okay, so this video, this podcast, and whatever I'm sharing here today is a great example, because when I sat down, I did let it just go and generate the outline for me. But when I sat down the next day and before I sat down to video this, it didn't really cover what I wanted it to say. So I just changed it. I changed the whole entire outline so that it would just, so that what I'm saying is more in line with what I believe, what I teach, what I do in my business. So, it's great. Let it generate the outline. I say walk away, then the next day come back and look at your script, look at your outline, and don't be afraid to change it. Okay? So it's just there for suggestions for you. All right. So I do want to just stop and just interject here that I have a great guide on how to use AI. It's called the Profitable Content Creators Guide to AI. And I have a step-by-step checklist of what to do that covers a lot of the points that I'm sharing here today, so that when you sit down and use an AI content generator, like the one Anyword that I've got the link down below, that you know what to do so that you don't end up with a crappy piece of content. So if you want to grab that, that's right down in the notes below. Okay, so the next question is, why do I need to train my AI generator? Well, remember at the very beginning, I said that AI generators have the ability to go out and analyze a ton of content. Well, when you set it up, you need to train it and put in what your business is about, who your audience is, things like that, so that it knows where to go and find the information, because AI generated content's no good unless you tell it what to do. So it will never completely replace you, because a couple of things that it does, it talks in the third person, and it doesn't infuse some of the things that you do that make your content unique. So you definitely need to, train it, but don't expect that you train it and it creates the perfect piece of content for you. So that's it for today. Now you know how to create better content. Use it following, why you want to use AI, and that you can use it, but just not by itself and rely on it to create better content for you alone. But the big takeaway is that a lot of times AI will come up with a suggestion, something that you might not have considered. So it's well worth your time to go and actually try out using AI to generate some content. So again, I've got my favorite AI tool in the notes for you below. I've got that Profitable Content Creators Guide to AI, so you know exactly what to do when you try AI for the very first time, or if you've already tried it and you didn't like what you get, I've got some great ideas for you. So that's it for today's episode. And I will be back with more AI content ideas and how to use it for you. And I do have some great resources on my blog at KristenPoborski.com. You can also check out my YouTube channel at Kristen Poborski, and on my podcast, The Profitable Content Creator with Kristen Poborski. I've got tons of content creation tips, tricks, ideas, questions answered in all of those places waiting for you.
You've been listening to the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, where content creators go to learn how to take their content creation to the next level. If you love the Profitable Content Creator Podcast, we'd love for you to subscribe, rate, and give us a review on iTunes. Until next time.